All right, guys. So let's look at the code samples for each of those string methods. So I'll declare two variables. I'll say let short string be equal to Samson, and let long string be equal to Samson Ajulo is a good developer. All right. So if I say what's the length of this short string, length of the short string. Let's use the length of the long string actually. All right. So all I need to do is do console.log short long string dot length. It gives me 32. Very simple and very smooth. Okay. How about console.log short string dot length? That gives me 6. Now let's slice. Okay, slice. We want to extract a substring out of a string. So we say console.log long string dot slice. Okay, long string dot slice can take in negative values. So negative values will be -1. Velope. Let's see why it's velope. So -7 actually starts from 0, 1, 0. Sorry, -1, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. All right. So that makes sense. Then up to -1, which is arrow, but it's not going to include arrow, obviously. All right. So you can take in negative values, and we have seen that. Let's see if substring can take in negative values. So we have console.log. Yes. So when we put negative values, you get an empty string. Now, if one of these is a positive value, for example, right? So let's say 5. Control X, Control V. Yes. Control S. Yeah. So let's say 5 and -1, we get Samson. Why do we get Samson? So let's see why we get Samson. Now that's because we started from 5, and that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ends in N here. Yes. And then the ending point should be 0. So we say, okay, the end point should be -1. -1 is supposed to be here, right? But that doesn't work for substring. Substring takes this -1 and just replaces it. So what actually here is now 0. Yes, you see that you still get the same answer. But if I change it like that, I get a different answer. So what's actually here is now 0. So we're actually doing from 5 to 0. And then it practically does a reordering for you since this one is smaller. Yes, it's just like going from back. It just does a reordering for you for eventually. So instead of saying 5 and 0, it actually does 0 and 5, basically, practically. So again, the smaller number must always be here, and the larger number must always be here. So if even though you change the order, you're going to get the same answer. All right. With that being said, let's go on. I don't need to turn off these things because the original string was not modified. So if the original string has been modified, I would have been getting different answers. So it doesn't modify the original string. It just extracts the substring from the original string and then gives you another one. All right. So if I say console.log long string dot replace. All right. So I'm replacing Samson with Samuel. Okay. So I said replace Samson with Samuel. Now I have Samuel Ajulo is a good developer. Yeah. Again, okay, I say on console.log, I want to replace only the A. Console.log A. Okay. So anywhere there's an S, it will be replaced to A because this G means global in regex. So remember I told you that this / stands for regular expressions. But if I don't want to use this regex, probably regex is difficult for me to learn because regex is actually difficult to learn. I can just use replace all. Yes. So replace all works like regex under the hood and it replaces all the A with an S. Okay. Let me take that back and leave the regex and then do the next one as replace all. All right. Okay. I wanted this to be replaced all. Sorry. Replace all A with S. So I'm cutting it out and I am pasting it here. Good. Okay. Now to uppercase. Yes. So to uppercase would be, okay, Samson Angela is a good developer. Let's change everything to uppercase. So console the log. Let's use short string this time. Short string. I have to call the method to uppercase. So you can see the camel casing the stuff there. So I'll call it like a method. It's like a function. I have a function called there, right? So I'll just copy this and then convert that to lowercase, to lowercase. That's something. So string.concat is used to join two similar strings together. So if I want to join two strings together, so let me say let 1 be equal to 1 is not good. Let 2 be equal to 2 is better. Right? So 1 is good actually, but 2 is better. So then let's console the log. Let's console the log concat. Console the log no, not short string dot concat. Let's do 1 dot concat 2. Right? So this is what we get. 1 is good, 2 is better. So what you notice that is different is from in the examples I call the method on the string directly, but here now I store the string in a variable in memory and then I call the method on that variable. That variable now is a string, but it's already in memory, so you don't see what it is, but it's holding a value. Okay, so let's say excuse me, let's say we have a string that has white spaces. So for example, so let spaces be equal to put white spaces there. This is a bad string, right? Because it has white spaces, obviously a bad string. Then I don't need those white spaces. What do I do? I will just trim them. So I'll say console the log spaces dot trim. Call it like a function. So now the white spaces is no longer there. Yeah, it has removed the white spaces from it. You can obviously see it here because this answer is not representing it, but that's what it does under the hood. Yeah. So most times people even call this .tree method on a string, even if it doesn't have white spaces, especially if there are if you have many data in your database, you have to call that. So I'm going to skip these two because they work the same way as string, just that this does it for the end and the beginning. Now let's see what happens to this character art. So I say, okay, give me the index of A. Yeah, give me the index of A. So I'll say where's this character art, right? So I'll say character art console the log long string at 3. A is at what point? A is at position 1 actually. A is at position 1. So long string dot char at 1. Yes? Long string dot char at 1 gives me that's A. Can you see that? I get the character at that particular one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Character 7 is also A. Character 7 is also A. Alright, but character at 8 is J. Alright, this makes sense here. Very, very cool. The next one is console the log short string dot char code. charcode at. Okay, so short string consists of Samson, SAMSON. Now let me capitalize this one. Right, let me capitalize that Samson. So I have this one at 0 is S, and this one at 0, 1 to 3 at 3 is also S. So I'll say charcode at 0, yes, is 115. Charcode at 3 is 83, but they are both S's. They are both S's. So if I do console.log short string dot char at 0, that's S. How about char at 3? That's also capital letter S. But charcode at, excuse me, charcode at 0 and charcode at 3 have different Unicode, yes, because each alphabet, as it is that I said before, have different Unicode. Now this split is used to convert, finally this split is used to convert the string into an array. So if I want to separate each of those strings into an array, which makes it easier to look through, yes, I'll just call the split method on it. And I see here I'm saying split by white spaces. So these are the string methods, and I think we are good to go. Let's do another one. Let's say console.log, excuse me, console.log split by A. Can you see? So it takes all the A's, remove them, and uses that as a foundation for splitting it. So you have a very well looking string. So I hope this helps you, all right, and I hope you go through this all together. I'll drop the link to the URL where this code exists. Probably don't need them, but if you need them, I'll drop the link so you can just go through them or copy and paste them as it were. Thank you very much for listening.